Yes, this is a game changer for Wyndham Clark, and you wonder what's the trajectory. Anthony Kim won his very first right here. Rory McIlroy, Ricky Fowler, Derek Ernst was outside the top 1,000 in the world, a real outlier. But maybe he mirrors Max Homa, whose first win came not all that long ago, 4 years ago, right here at Quail Hollow. He's now a six-time winner. Here now, Wyndham Clark with Todd Lewis.
Wyndham, you looked like you didn't have your best stuff early on in this round, but you went through an 8-hole stretch where you had 5 birdies. What were you able to do to recalibrate and get back on track?
I mean, other than really the first kind of couple holes seeming kind of squirrely, I felt like I played good golf after that. I hit a lot of greens. And then kind of breaking the seal on 8, making that birdie was huge. Obviously, I would have liked the one on 9, but I just kind of got more comfortable and said, all right, this is the golf I'm used to playing. Let's just keep going. And but as I started making birdies, it got tough because mentally you try not to go forward, and I was trying to stay in the present, and I felt like I did a great job doing that.
And we talked about this yesterday, how much you've been working on your mental game. What did the stuff that you've been working on, how did that apply for you today?
Yeah, I mean, I've been in this situation a handful of times, and it's kind of prepared me for today. And obviously, I didn't pull it off in the previous times, but you know, I just kept leaning back on those experiences, and then just the stuff I've worked on. And you know, I just felt like I did a great job, and it's one of the few times I felt like I'm really happy with myself and felt like I did a great job and really achieved at the level that I think I can play at.
I know you've dreamed of winning on the tour since you were a kid in Colorado. A lot of people have helped you along the way. How would you describe the journey to being a champion on the PGA Tour right now? I mean, it's, you know, there's so many people. Obviously, it started with my mom. She got me into the game, and then my dad was the one that was there, always taking me to the golf course. And then from there, I had coaches along the way. I had mentors. My family's sacrificed a lot. You know, my caddy, you know, sacrifices a ton. I've had so many people help me. I'm so blessed and so thankful for everything they've done. And I wish I could thank each person individually, but you know, I want to tell them that I'm so thankful, and I just feel so blessed to be in this position. How does the reality of winning compare to the dream?
You know, I mean, obviously it didn't quite sink in yet. It's when you're so focused on kind of the one shot at a time in the process, sometimes you get so into that you don't think about the outcome. So it's hit me a little bit. Obviously, I was really emotional on 18. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited to celebrate and enjoy it. So
congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Champion of the Wells Fargo Championship, Wyndham Clark, guys.
Randall, he talked about it. You talked about it at length yesterday, slowing down, particularly when the pressure's ratcheted up, as it typically is in these final rounds of the big championships. What'd you see out there?
Well, that was great sound, that, you know, right there, just listening to him talk to Todd. It was even better sound, I thought, last night when he was almost being predictive. And rather than sort of run away and hide from the difficult questions, he said, look, I'm excited to see how I'm going to handle the pressure tomorrow. But to that point, he talked specifically about what he needed to do, that he needed to slow things down. It's great sound.
Just talking with Bill Hostler about how well you're playing right now. What do you think the biggest challenge tomorrow will be?
Probably just controlling the pace of my thinking and my thoughts. You know, for me, my challenge is I get just thinking fast. You know, I play fast and I have a fast swing, and that's not necessarily, you know, that doesn't necessarily always represent how my mind is. But when my mind is going fast and I have that, that can be tough. So if I can just kind of calm my thinking and mentally just be slow and calm inside, that I think will be the biggest challenge.
Look at the improvement he made last year to this year in strokes gained approach. These are notable improvements. We've been talking all year long about how much better Ricky Fowler is this year than the last couple of years. Jason Day this year than the last couple of years. But nobody on the PGA Tour has improved their strokes gained approach over what they did last year to this year more than Wyndham Clark. And, of course, that's represented in him skyrocketing up in the FedEx Cup and skyrocketing up in the world rankings. It is one thing to sort of talk the talk, but he walked the walk today.
Curious to see what he does next. He has only played a handful of major championships, never in the Masters, though he will be in next April, has earned that invitation with a win this week. We're on the cusp of the PGA Championship. It's the week after next. It's AT&T Byron Nelson this coming week. But Oak Hill, we'll see what he does. This was the 9th designated event. He's the lowest ranked player to have won one of these designated events at 80th in the world. Previously, it was Kurt Kitayama at 46. He's kind of a made man now.
Look, at world rankings at 80th, but he came in this week, strokes gained total 25th.
Yeah. You have a theory here, and I want you to explain it because I think it's spot on.
Well, look, world rankings are based upon strokes gained total, you know, over a 2-year span. But if you're looking for, I would say, a more accurate assessment of where someone's game is right now, if somebody's been playing the PGA Tour all year long, strokes gained total gives a great snapshot of where their game is at right now. In other words, someone could be 80th in the world in strokes gained total. They might be 140th. Well, they're on their way down. Clearly, Wyndham Clark was on his way up.
You have another guy to look at that's kind of floating there that we may not be paying attention to, but that's doing well, strokes gained, just hasn't won a tournament that you think could pop through. You know, is it like a Ricky Fowler? I know you gave us Jason Day.
Look,
as a guy to, you thought Day sort of going into the match play was one of the 5 best players in the world.
I did.
Based on those metrics.
I did, and then I picked Jason Day to win the Masters. But you know, it's funny. You know, as the week wore on, you know, and I love the changes that Jason Day is making, and I understand how difficult it is to make those changes and find your way back in. But he's somewhere caught in the middle of making the changes and his old golf swing. So he's still playing a little bit paint by numbers. I'm talking about Jason Day. When he's out there, I see him making a lot of rehearsals with his golf swing. And you'd love to get to the spot where you're not so reliant on making all of those rehearsals with your golf swing, so that you can just be an artist instead of painting by numbers.